Hey, welcome to another episode of The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media by highlighting the amazing real estate and lifestyle in this country. We've got an amazing show for you today covering a global story, national stories, and even local stories from your own backyard. Let's get The American Dream started right now.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted.
Part of the American Dream is dreaming big. On today's episode, we're going to visit Anguilla, a little island off of the South Coast where Richard Steinberg, top broker out of New York City, shows us around the Four Seasons. We took the American Dream crew out there. And why? Because part of the American Dream is being able to travel, spend time with your loved ones, even time with yourself. You're going to love what we have to show you about Anguilla. Let's check this out right now. The American Dream for years has been defined as something we achieve through sacrifice, risk-taking, and hard work. But in newer times, people have come to realize that the American Dream is also a matter of time. Time for family, time for friends, time to reconnect with yourself. And Anguilla might just be the ideal place for that. So the question is, if money can't buy you happiness, can it buy you something even more valuable? Time. As we pull up to this Four Seasons, the first thing you think is how beautiful it is.
You come through these big gates, you see these amazing villas, and they park the car, and from there on out, it's golf carts only throughout the resort.
As I'm walking up to the Four Seasons for the first time, I realize I have never seen a resort like this. It's so clean, it's so modern. There's not a door in the hotel or resort. It's just open air. You know, it's a place that like only a climate like this could afford for.
When you walk around the resort, the colors that you see are always like a blended tone of beige, grays, whites, and then that's a backdrop against the turquoise that you see in the ocean and the sky. It almost doesn't look like it's real.
You just get hit with this feeling of just calm and serenity, where you look out over this beautiful ocean and all of a sudden like everything just slows down immediately and you're in paradise.
Something about me and you that makes it work like we do, so unpredictable.
You know, we're bringing Anastasia Ashley along on this trip because Anastasia Ashley has become a voice for beach living and ocean living all over the world. You know, millions of people follow her all over social media as really an expert in what the best beaches, the best surf breaks, the best coastal lifestyle is. And so we thought at The American Dream, bringing Anastasia Ashley into this, we would give people a glimpse not only into the Four Seasons Anguilla, but bring not just experts in real estate, but experts in lifestyle.
The best kept secret in the Caribbean is definitely Anguilla. I've been all over the world, seen so many beaches, and I gotta say that this place definitely lives up to the hype.
We have the most amazing beaches in the world.
What I'm going to do, I think, is take you on a tour.
Well, I hope you're enjoying the show in Anguilla, but let's not forget, it's called The American Dream for a reason. Let's talk about our country. This is a national TV show that highlights cities all across the country. Let's go check out what's happening in your backyard right now.
Hey, thanks Thanks for bringing me here. This is beautiful.
Yes, it's a very lovely place to live. There are obviously fabulous trails. Everybody's very active. There's horseback riding. I just wanted to show you how fabulous San Marcos is. There's so much things for people to do here. There's running trails. It's very much country living, but you're also very close to everything.
And I didn't know this was all in San Marcos.
No. Oh, hi.
Hi.
I have a surprise for you.
Yeah.
The real reason that I brought you to these trails was to meet Eric Tozer.
I have seen you in the news. Pleasure and honor to meet you. Yeah.
Thank you.
You've had quite the big accomplishment recently, right?
Yeah, it's been a busy couple months.
So you just traveled around the world, 7 continents, and 7 marathons, right?
Yeah, we've completed what's called the World Marathon Challenge. So 7 full marathons on 7 continents in 7 consecutive days.
That's amazing. And how did you, first of all, goes through your mind that somebody wants to do something like that?
Yeah, good question. So I have type 1 diabetes and wanted to do something big and extreme to show, on a very sort of extreme level that we can have this disease but still accomplish whatever we want in life.
Well, that's extreme. Yeah.
So Eric, has anybody ever done this? The 777?
It hadn't been done yet by anybody with type 1.
Type 1 diabetes,
so wanted to sort of do something and give kids and families and adults out there living with the disease sort of that bit of comfort and confidence that if I can achieve this, then they can achieve whatever they want in life.
That's a terrific message.
So Eric, I know that you've done all these great accomplishments. What is your most treasured accomplishment that you've done so far in life?
Yeah, the World Marathon Challenge is fun, and the Ironmans has been fun, and college soccer career, all that. And my career has all been great, but we have 2 young girls, 6-year-old, 3-year-old. So they're for sure everything.
And they're everything to me as well, because those are my granddaughters.
To you?
This is
Are you related?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm so proud.
No wonder. It all
Eric,
makes sense,
yes,
right?
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time with us this morning.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'll see you later for cocktails.
Thanks for having me.
Honor, pleasure. Nice to meet you. Good luck running.
Thank you, yeah.
Well, that was a nice little treat. I didn't know you had one of the most inspirational athletes, and he's your son-in-law.
I know. I adore him. I treasure him. And I have another surprise for you. It's just right down the road. We can walk, and it's a house that we sold to some people that came from. We relocated them from Illinois.
Well, I don't think we should walk. Now I feel like we should run.
Hey, Nicole.
My mind is blown that Eric was able to do 7 marathons, 7 days, 7 continents, and I can't even think about flying the world in that amount of time.
Well, the interesting thing is he trained in San Marcos. It's
Really?
Yeah, it's a great place to run trails, and so that's where I get to tell you about the time I ran the New York City Marathon.
You did not.
I did. Actually, I did. And I trained in San Marcos. San Marcos is perfect. And as you know, I have horses, Tawny, and we've ridden around here. And so it's magical. It's fun. And it's a great place for our clients to relocate. You just can't go wrong.
I'm still a little bit. Wait, what? You ran a marathon?
Yeah, one time. I haven't run since, and it was probably about 10 years ago. I did the 1-1-1. One marathon, one time. Never running again.
I love it. That's my girl.
It still counts, right?
Yeah.
Still counts.
Absolutely.
So now you don't have an excuse for Heidi to put out your open house signs, right?
Good point.
Yeah, so this house right here is the home of Lisa and Scott. They came from Illinois, as I was saying earlier, and they needed to be relocated. And they wanted to have a fabulous yard with a pool and be in an area where there were horse trails. They came from having horses, and they just wanted a little bit of country.
It's a nice mix, I think, for them.
A little bit of horse trails, running trails, obviously producing world-class athletes.
Absolutely. Yeah,
That's really nice. Thank you.
So Nicole, we always celebrate you. So I think for this morning, let's celebrate my absolutely fabulous son-in-law, Eric Tozer.
I'm a good,
okay?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Proper celebration.
Proper
Let's do it.
celebration,
Yeah.
and well deserved.
Yes.
right, let's take it back to the island. Richard Steinberg and David Fallarino, these are two power players out of New York City who flew us out to Anguilla to check out this Four Seasons. It is an amazing property. We talked to the guests, the management team, got to know that area so well, so much fun. And then we jumped on a boat. And that's not all the jumping we did. Let's go check it out.
We're here with José, who's the general manager of the property and the best general manager in the Caribbean. José, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about this property, and I know you stay here personally, and what makes it so amazing, and how do you do it?
Well, it's no secret that people love coming to Anguilla because we have the most amazing beaches in the world, but what makes it really special are the Anguillans. The Anguillans have a big heart, and generations of visitors have continued to come to Anguilla because they made connections with the people here. Yeah. And they keep coming back because they want to continue to see those people and see their kids and see how they've grown throughout the years. And they feel like they're part of family. So one of the things that we like to say for our property is, we want you to feel like you belong.
The Four Seasons brand is always something that you know you can trust, but this is beyond ridiculous. Walking down the pathway, we're going to go to the Sunset Lounge. Look at this. No walls, no doors. Everywhere you look is the blue ocean. We're at Meads Bay, where it meets Barnes Bay, two of the most beautiful beaches in the entire Caribbean. Crazy, right? You can swim here, you can snorkel, you can go further out and scuba dive. You can even have lunches on some of the sandbars.
The Four Seasons is incredible and has a stellar reputation all over the world. Well, why is that? Because like here in the Caribbean, their hard work is put into making sure your time is entirely your own. Their core belief is that life is richer when you truly connect to the people and the world around you. David Fallarino talked to a couple of the resort guests to see what they thought about Anguilla.
I'm Andrew Newfield. This is my new wife, Erin Newfield.
Hi.
What we love most is, so we're obviously on a honeymoon, and the exclusivity, the untouched beaches, everything's beautiful. It lends itself to be a very nice, remote, relaxing vacation.
And from New York, this is so easy to get to.
Correct.
So convenient.
Yes.
Very easy. Flying direct back into JFK, so.
Amazing.
Nice and easy.
So it's our mom's 60th birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so her friends picked it. Tonight we're heading to Banky Banks to hopefully see some great live music.
Oh, that's the best place on the island.
Oh, awesome.
We're here at the Four Seasons Residences. Richard Steinberg is the head of sales here. He's going to take us on a tour. Right now we're entering this 4-bedroom villa. This is on the beach, on a cliff. It is absolutely insane. Let's go inside and check everything out.
Welcome, so come on in. What I'm going to do, I think, is take you on a tour. Well, let's start with the entertaining floor. So you have your swimming pool and your jacuzzi. You have multiple terraces that overlook your entertaining outdoor area. Check out the private beach access. Gives you unlimited access to these miles and miles of beach.
Anguilla's laid-back culture is second to none, and we decided to take full advantage of it by taking a boat tour around the island and enjoying the views while in good company with loved ones.
I'm making memories with you. All of the stupid things we do. We may be young, but we are wild and free, making memories.
We made a pit stop at a spot famous for cliff diving. However, not all of us were brave enough to try.
I don't think I have to tell you that I didn't do it because there's no way. I'm afraid of heights. So I didn't do it. But even to watch the people climb up and jump is really cool.
Somebody had the bright idea of jumping off of a cliff. I didn't do it. I didn't partake. It was high.
You know, I'm scared to jump off the cliff. I don't know if it's because, you know, I've got a little bit of a dad bod this year, or it's because I'm not 100% certain that I can jump off a 50-foot cliff and land feet down.
Of course I jumped off the cliff. You only live once. Look, if Anastasia Ashley can do it, and Randee Sowers, my fiance, can do it, I sure as hell am going to climb up on that cliff and jump off. Yeah, I second-guessed it every step of the way, but it was a cool experience, and the water was warm, so I jumped in. It was fun.
I'm making memories with you. All of the stupid things we do. We may be young, but we are wild and free, making memories.
After a long day on the boat, it's time for some lunch. And what better place to do it than Sandy Island? This island opened in 1984 and was originally just a little shack with a basic grill and a cooler to keep the drinks cold. Today, Sandy Island has a fully functional bar where you can get all the well-made rum punches you want, and the seafood is freshly caught same day and straight to the grill.
Jojo, where are we? Sandy Island. Sandy Island. Got some mai-mai, some crayfish, and some shrimp. Jojo, what's the authentic Caribbean cuisine? Crayfish. Crayfish? Yeah, indigenous St. Louis. And who comes through here? Everybody. Stars, singers, basketball players, football players, everybody. And the only way to get here is by boat. By boat.
I love being with the American Dream team down there.
You know, the American Dream takes great care in making sure that the people telling the stories are the people who are really close to the story.
Well, I can't tell you how much we enjoyed our time in Anguilla. Look, part of the American Dream is being able to spend quality time with your loved ones, and that's exactly what we did. Also, for us, it's about sharing the story with you and inspiring you. That's my hope with this show. Don't forget, though, the American Dream is about highlighting real estate and lifestyle in our cities all across the country. Let's take a look at your next local market update in your city.
I'm here today at one of my favorite spots in the village of Rancho Santa Fe, the Inn at Rancho Santa Fe, and I'm surrounded by these beautiful gardens. This place oozes history, and we have the privilege today of meeting the general manager, Jerome. So come on in with me and take a tour of this incredible piece of property. Jerome, thank you so much for having me. I am excited to tour the Inn at Rancho Santa Fe.
It's our pleasure, and we're really happy you're here. We are standing in the original building. It's the second building that was built in 1923. Lillian Rice, who was brought here by the Santa Fe Development Company to kind of come up with a development plan for Rancho Santa Fe, designed this building.
I know you've done some updating. I come here frequently, so tell me a little bit about some of the updating you've done over the last couple of years.
Well, the interesting part is that the current ownership is only the third owner of the inn in 96 years. And
wow.
The first 40-some years it was owned by the Santa Fe Development Company. In 1952 it was bought by the Royce family. But one of the things we have here is the Huntsman, our whiskey bar. That was the original bar of the inn. But in 2012, we moved the bar to the front. But now the Huntsman is our bourbon and whiskey bar. Very boutique-ish. We have 125 different bourbons and whiskeys on the list, but from all different states in the United States, not just from Kentucky.
So tell me a little bit about this space. This is beautiful decor. I love the chandeliers.
Thank you. This is Morada Bar. This was originally a ballroom, and in 2012, when we purchased the hotel, we moved the restaurant to the front because everybody wanted to sit at the patio, of course. And then here we are in Morada dining room.
This is
beautiful. Thank you. We just recently redid this. You know, we brought in the wood beams, and as you can see, there is a big equestrian theme throughout the hotel. If you think about it, Rancho Santa Fe is home to about 7 Olympic riders. So both our ownership is in horses. I'm in horses, so that's why the whole theme in the hotel is very equestrian
I know
related.
Rancho Santa Fe is one of the largest homes for horses internationally.
Absolutely.
So I bring clients here a lot before we show properties or sometimes for lunch in between. So tell me a little bit about the cuisine and your chef.
So our cuisine is comfort Californian food, but you know, a lot of fresh. We have, of course, Chino Farms here in Rancho Santa Fe.
My favorite.
So a lot of our vegetables come from Chino Farms. We actually have a brand new executive chef. His name is Chris Haas. He has been here for about a year and a half, but in a different position. We recently promoted him to executive chef. He's doing an amazing job. The food is, out of this world. We're redoing the menu that's being rolled out at the end of this week. So
wonderful.
Please bring your clients back.
I can't wait to check it out. Let's go see the outdoor patio.
Great. After you.
And pull you out.
So Jerome, one of the things I love so much about the inn is that every room is so intimate and well decorated. This is my favorite, being outside on the patio. Obviously you can be outside year round in Southern California. So at the inn, I know you do a lot of community events. You have an event coming up in October, Taste of Rancho Santa Fe.
Yes, we are very involved with the community. Taste of Rancho Santa Fe on October 6th. We started in 2013. 2014 was the first year here, and it grew from a tiny little event to 750 people here last year.
Wonderful.
And we expect more this year.
Oh, good.
We have many restaurants and wineries, and people buy tickets, and it's all for charity.
Well, thank you so much, Jerome. I appreciate your time and the tour of this amazing property that I love so much. It's so dear to me. I think I might go to the spa and get a massage.
I think you'll have an amazing experience there. Our spa is small and mighty. 5 treatment rooms, 3,000 square feet, but very personalized service.
Small but mighty.
Yeah, I get nothing but amazing surveys and results about the spa. So.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much.
Nice to meet you. We
Nice to
appreciate
meet
you
you
being here.
Hey, it's AJ Powers here with the American Dream. Today I am with Cherie Poulos with Carlsbad Food Tour. We're here in the Carlsbad Chocolate Bar. Cherie, how are you today?
Great.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So tell me a bit about yourself. You got a really interesting business, and I know there's a lot of backstory with that.
Yeah, well, I'm Cherie Marie Poulos, and I was born and raised in California. My kids grew up in the Carlsbad area, and in fact, one of my daughters was Miss Carlsbad 2005.
Be Miss Carlsbad, okay.
Yeah, so I voted myself to be Mrs. Carlsbad.
Of course.
No one else voted for me. I just kind of go around town waving at people.
Okay.
But I know Carlsbad pretty well, and I want you to get to know it as well as we eat our way through the town.
Okay.
Carlsbad Food Tours is a 3-hour walking tour, and we go to 8 different restaurants for food tastings, wine, and we talk about the history, culture, and architecture of the city.
Okay, so how'd you get started?
So, yeah, it was a funny story because I was actually a nurse for 34 years.
Right.
And I specialized in open heart surgery.
Wow.
A little stressful, a lot of life and death situation.
Sure.
But anyway, so I was getting ready to retire, and I went on one of these tours in Carmel, California. And I'm like, now that's a fun job,
Right.
you know. What's not to like about it? You know, you're eating away, you're drinking, you're meeting new people all the time and talking about your town. So I called Stacy in Carmel, and I said, look, you know, I want to start this business. What do you suggest? And she said, okay, you need to go to Chicago. And I'm like,
Chicago.
I know, right? I'm like, what, Chicago? So she says, yeah, there's a guy in Chicago. His name is Shane Coast, and he runs the Chicago Food Planet.
Okay.
And it's one of the largest food tour operations in the country. So Shane taught us how to set up our business, and then we came back and we got it going, and then we flew Shane out to do a walkthrough on the tour.
Okay, and now you've been open since 2014?
2014.
Okay,
yes.
so how has it evolved since you got started to now?
Well, we have more and more tours. We've added an additional tour. My original tour is called Taste of Carlsbad, And last year I added the indulgence food tour.
Right.
Because we have beer and we have donuts, artisanal donuts.
It's a little richer.
Yeah, very, very rich. So.
Okay. And so they're both the same price, right? You just go to different locations and show off different parts of Carlsbad.
We go to, on the indulgence tour, we go to a lot of new restaurants. We go to Cicciotti's, we go to Barrel Republic, Park 101.
Fun places.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Okay. I heard that you won a pretty big award a couple years ago.
Yes, I did. I actually won the 2017 Women-Owned Business of the Year for Carlsbad.
Wow, congratulations.
I know,
That's
right?
huge.
Yeah.
Now, it's important to know it's not only just you, right? You've got more people with you here.
Yes, we do. And I'd like to introduce one of our tour guides here. David, come on in.
Hey, David, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
So, David, Sheree told me behind the scenes here that you love the history of Carlsbad.
I do.
What is it about these tours that really gets you excited?
Well, I got to do this tour myself as a guest last summer, and I got introduced to some of my current favorite restaurants, so the tours give me a chance to visit some of my favorite places.
Sure.
But along the way, I get to share the story of Carlsbad.
Okay.
And it's a short history here. It started really in the 1880s, but it's a really colorful, interesting, diverse history here, and that's something I love sharing.
So what's your favorite stop on all your tours?
The old Speakeasy.
The old Speakeasy.
Which is now the current Speakeasy.
And that's the one by Coyote, right?
Correct, the Twin Inns, that oldest building in Carlsbad, 1887, and starting in the late 19 teens, it began operating as a speakeasy.
It's a super cool place.
Some of the most colorful history happened there.
Absolutely. Well, guys, this is awesome business. Thank you so much for your time. I'm gonna have to get some people out here and do a tour with you again.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And if they need more information, they can go to my website at carlsbadfoodtours.com and check us out.
Thank you.
Well, that's all for today's episode of The American Dreamer. We took you global. We went to Anguilla off of the South Coast. Hope you enjoyed the time on the island like we did. Today's show is also about teaching you something even more in-depth. It's about time. Time is your most valuable asset. We got to spend quality time with power players out of New York City, and Richard Steinberg, his wife Reneé, David Fallarino, his wife Paula, Seth O'Byrne, Jessie O'Byrne, and my fiance, Randee. We all got to spend some quality time together. Money cannot buy you happiness, but time, it is your most valuable asset. Make sure you invest it wisely. That is the essence of the American dream. As we part here today, check out some highlights from our trip, and we'll see you next week.
So my favorite part about Anguilla has to be the Four Seasons Sunset Lounge, which may be my favorite outdoor place at any hotel in the world that I've been to. I mean, this place is magical. You just go there, you hang out with friends, you can eat, you can drink, watch the most beautiful sunset, which it seems like in the world, and it is magical.
I loved being with the American Dream team down there. As far as I'm concerned, it's one of the best lifestyle programs I've ever seen, forget being associated with. And I think it just, if it makes sense, gave me a little bit of a calmer outlook on life because the place was just so beautiful.
You know, this is such an exciting way to market new projects like this because, you know, the American Dream takes great care in making sure that the people telling the stories are the people who are really close to the story. It's not a third-party show where we talk about what someone else did. When we flew down to Anguilla, we experienced everything that we talked about. And we did so with the manager of the hotel and the bartender of the hotel and the families that live across the street from the resort. You know, we really got into the culture, and I feel like we're reporting back firsthand what it's really like. And that level of authenticity, I think, is something it's sort of rare in the media landscape, and it's really important.
Definitely come down for yourself, see what the hype's all about, because you know why? Don't take it from me, I've just been to every beach in the world, and this is on my top 10.
I really like the way the Four Seasons was designed. Now, the entire island's amazing because you really do feel unplugged. I mean, here in the U.S., we're so plugged in. We got our phones and our laptops, and it's just this 24/7 thing. You go there, and life just slows down dramatically. And what the Four Seasons does is they really bring the essence of that. So can money buy you happiness? No. No, it can't. But you work hard, and hopefully that can afford you some more time with your loved ones. And time is your most valuable asset.